Hi, I'm Darcel Lobo and I own Dow Law Firm in Normandy Park, and today we're answering the question about estate taxes and inheritance taxes and how to understand them, when would they apply for Washington state matters. I'm an attorney, but I'm only licensed in Washington state. So if you're in Washington and have questions about estate taxes or inheritance taxes, you're in the right place. So let's talk about, and let's just dive right into it. So an inheritance tax is a tax that is assessed on the beneficiary who receives the money. So if you as a parent are leaving an inheritance to your child, an inheritance tax would be a tax charged to that child for receiving that inheritance from you. We do not have an inheritance tax in Washington state. That is not something that you'd have to consider or worry about, at least at the time of this recording, which is, 2024. We do not have an inheritance tax in Washington state. But what we do have is an estate tax. So that is a tax that is assessed upon your estate upon your passing before the inheritance is transferred to your child in that scenario. It doesn't matter. It could be a child, it could be family, friend, whoever you're leaving your inheritance to or your estate to. That's what we're talking about in comparing an inheritance tax and an estate tax. So again, no inheritance tax. We do have an estate tax. When would your estate have to pay that estate tax? Now let me be clear that this is not a tax that your heir or beneficiary is paying from what they receive. This tax comes off the top before anything is distributed to your heirs. So your estate is paying this tax. If the value of your estate, again, we're in 2024 right now, this could change in the future, but as of right now, the threshold is $2.193 million. If the value of your estate is under $2.193 million, there is no estate tax from Washington state. If the value of your estate is over $2.193 million as of the date of your passing, then there probably is going to be a tax charge. Now you're going to want to ensure you're working with an attorney and your CPA to ensure that this is done correctly and calculated correctly, because we're talking about a large amount of money potentially here. So if the value of your estate, and let's just make this easy, let's say the value of your estate is $3 million, that first $2.193 million of value of your estate is exempt. There's no tax on that first $2.193 million. But for the amount over that, and if the value of your estate is $3 million, you're looking at a little over $800,000, and which could be subject to tax. Then the threshold for the tax is between about 10 to 20%. There's a table that breaks down what that tax may be in Washington state. And so I will link that tax table in the description below for you in regards to how much that tax may be. So again, the first $2.193 million is exempt. So if you're under that threshold, no estate tax. If you're over, that first $2.193 million is exempt, no tax. Anything over is subject to the estate tax. If you are married, you can potentially double that exemption with proper estate planning to protect, I think it's about $4.386 million. If I'm doing my math correctly and doubling that number correctly, it is $4.386 million in value of an estate that can be exempt from taxes. However, you have to do some planning with your estate plan, with your will, with your trust, to make sure that you are able to double that exemption as a married couple. So that's why it's so important to make sure you're working with an estate planning attorney who can help you with your estate plan, assess if there may be taxes, and help you in doing that planning to minimize or maybe even eliminate any estate tax altogether. If you are in Washington State and would like help with doing your estate plan, whether it's a will, whether it's a trust, if you need to get your power of attorneys in place, if you want help with your estate plan, if you have questions about tax planning and want help with that as well, feel free to reach out, give us a call, give us a text, send an email. We'd be happy to schedule a consultation to meet with you. The number is 206-408-8158. I will have that link down below along with all the ways that you can reach out to contact us. Thank you and have a good day.